name is Hannah Baker, and the name of the childcare center is River's Edge Academy, Friars Cove, located in St. Cloud, Florida. My role here is the regional director, so I oversee the school amongst a few other schools. And my background is actually from hospitality, and I was born and raised in India. I came to this country in 2006, got married, and now I'm thinking childcare. The most is that I wasn't very accustomed to the concept of childcare, because being raised in India, we don't have childcare settings, we don't have preschools. Children stay at home with their parents or the moms most of the time. So when I came to this country, I'm thinking, I don't trust. So that would have been the first thing that came to my mind. I don't trust anyone else with my children. And I could have pursued my career, but after putting so much thought into it, I decided to open my own childcare. And so I got into childcare that way so that my children could be with me and I could take care of other children as though they were my own. And as I started learning early childhood, I started doing courses and studies on brain development and how the brain makes connections, and how whatever we teach children between the ages of 0 to 5 define that child for the rest of their life, and how important those connections are, how important those interactions are. Their brains are like little sponges, and that intrigued me more and more to pursue early childhood too. We offer VPK and school readiness in all of our centers. And we believe in every child gets the same education, gets the same services, gets the same support. All of our families find out about SR, or school readiness, and VPK through us. That is one of the first things we mention when our first communication happens with a family. They call for information, and school readiness and VPK is one of the information, or part of the information that we give out during that initial conversation. Let me tell you, the Early Learning Coalition of Osceola County is one of the best resources that is out there. I've worked for 3 different counties, and Osceola is one of my best. I always rave about the people at Osceola County in terms of training, not just training. So it's one thing to go for a training, but then it's another thing for them to come to the classroom and provide technical assistance to a teacher in order for that teacher to, to deliver what she learned. Because it's one thing to learn something, but then it's a whole new ballgame when you have to put that into action. They will sit, they will observe, they will give you support as your class is in session. So they'll tell you, okay, instead of doing this, do this. Let me get you open-ended questions. These are some of the questions you can ask. Oh, well, you can use this vocabulary, or you can do this to make a more positive climate, or how about doing this to create a more teacher-student interaction, or how to engage in parallel talk. Children that have had some delays, children that are struggling, children that are needing that extra support, even a resource for that matter. And the ELC will come out. All we got to do is let them know that we have this family, we have this child, we need some additional support. What are your thoughts? They come out, they do an evaluation. They even go to the extent of reaching out to the families and offering them extra resources. You can definitely see a difference with a child who has been in a childcare learning environment, print-rich environment, since infancy. The huge difference I see is social emotional development. That's the one area, because academics, right? A, B, C sounding concepts, they'll learn it at some point. But the important area that comes through being around other children, being in a social setting, being able to follow routines, having a schedule, that comes under your social emotional, and how the child response to their setting. So that's the big difference I see with a child that's been in a school since infancy versus. The advice for anyone going into the childcare industry is this. The childcare industry is extremely rewarding. I will not work in another industry. And these little children can be very demanding. These little children can be a lot of work. But these little children need our support. These little children need our help. They need our services. These little children are going to be the future of our country, our city, our communities that we live in. We need to invest in our children. Is it easy? No, it's not, but it is rewarding. I would say be invested in what you're doing, because if you're not invested, you won't last. You have to believe in what you're doing for those children, for those families. You have to have the passion and the love for children and families.